Hey everyone, this is Karen, and I wanted to come in here today to kind of give you an idea of how convenient and super easy Pinterest is used to curate your recipes. As I was explaining on the blog, I used to use cookbooks all the time, but I stopped doing that. I do still have some, which maybe I'll share in another post, but I stopped doing that when Pinterest came out and I figured out a system for me to use that helps me keep track of my recipes. And now I just almost exclusively use Pinterest as my cookbooks. So I wanted to show you because it might be hard to understand the written explanation of how I organize. So this is Pinterest itself, as you see. It's important that you follow people who you know are going to help you come up with ideas. So for example, what I mean by that is I used to pin a lot of foods that were unhealthy, that looked amazingly delicious, but that I probably shouldn't be making, right? So I stopped pinning those things and I stopped following boards that share those foods because why would I want that to come up in my feed and be tempting when I was trying to plan more healthy meals for my family? So I've been using it so long that, what comes up is usually things that I know I'm going to be interested in, like this sweet potato hummus. That sounds very interesting since I really love hummus and I'm kind of in a place where I am wanting to try different things. And so I would just pin it real quick. And I will probably put it, it says paleo. So these are all my boards. I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to put it in my paleo. Oh wait, I forgot. I call it going paleo. And I pin it and I'm done. So I have a new recipe now. All right. So here's what I do. So here's me. And here's all my boards. So I have boards for quite a few things. Some I don't really use, so I could probably delete them. Like I don't really use this style pin board. I don't really use this wish I could be like. I don't really use this recipe I can try because that's the one, as you can see from some of the things in it. That's the one that I did at the beginning. I do use my quotes I like that one a lot. Okay, but what I did was I have boards that I kind of go to from time to time. So if we scroll down, I have granola recipes. So if I want to make a granola, I just go to this board. I'm trying to switch my diet over to a paleo diet. So I have this going paleo board. If I want to make some quick snacks for the family, I have protein bars that we can make. I also have clean eating lunches, clean eating breakfast, clean eating dinners, clean eating snacks. I have smoothies. I have a Whole30, so when I do a round of Whole30, I've got a place where I could just go to it and I can just browse one board and I know that I have anything in there that's going to work, right? I don't have to pull out all my cookbooks and try to find them. But here's the system I use. So I created a board called this week's menu, and I made it the first board in my list, so it's always easy. So because what was happening was I would have trouble finding or remembering where a recipe was. I mean, I have lots of boards, so it'd be so hard to be like, okay, well, which board was that in? And then keeping track of lists is not my forte. And our refrigerator over there, which you kind of can't really see, but it's not, our new one isn't magnetic, so I can't just pin that. So that was a disaster. And then, so the system I have found that has worked is I make a board that's called this week's menu. And anything that I think I'm going to make for the week, I put in here. And it's already pinned to another board. So when I get done with the week, I'm just going to delete it from this board and then start over. And Pinterest has this new feature where it tells you, you can click it after you've tried it, and then you can write whether you've liked it or not. So it does help me keep track of the recipes that I've used and then the ones that I haven't used. So this is it. So I just come in here and anything I think I'm gonna wanna make for the week, I put it in this board. And then I make my list of ingredients that I need. And then when I go to the grocery store, and then each night when I go to make dinner, or if I wanna make like some breakfast foods, which I'm gonna try these out here probably today, I just come to this board and I have everything I need right here. I just click on it and it pulls up the recipe, and I have my laptop here in the kitchen and I just go to town. And then when the end of the week comes, I delete them from just this board because I already have them pinned somewhere else, and I'm done. Another idea that I have tried, which I'm not always super good at keeping up with it, but I'm probably going to go back and do it again, is, let me find it. I called it favorite tried and true recipes. So this would be like the cookbook that I would go to, knowing that every single recipe in here we have already tried and we have loved. So like these turkey burgers are pretty good. Making these sugar snap peas this way. This is an absolute one of our favorite chilies that we eat sometimes. Now I haven't, as you can see, like this black bean and corn quesadilla is good. This tomato soup was good. Like all of these recipes we just loved. Now this is an older board for me, so I would have to go back in and clean it up. Based on how I want to go paleo now, and I'm trying to switch my family over to that. But so those two boards would be the boards that I will use the most often, right? I will use my recipes for this week meal or board. So I have my cookbook for the week, and then I will probably save those two favorite tried and true recipes before I delete them, so that they're just there. And then when I don't want to try something new, or and I just want to make a quick list, because sometimes I don't have the time to do meal planning and meal searching, then I know I can just come here. So that's how I suggest, that's how I meal plan, right? So I'll go to my boards that I have curated, I find some recipes I want to try, I pin them again to my recipes for the week, then I try them, mark them, and then later I will then just resave them to this favorite tried and true recipe board if I like them. Otherwise I just delete them and then I just do it again. So that's how I use Pinterest to do our meal planning.